Hey guys, Zach here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Konig XG 12 Pro self-tensioning snow tire chains on our 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. These are going to be an excellent solution if you're looking for a good high quality chain, but also something that's easy to do. Me personally, if I was in bad road conditions and I needed to put my tire chains on, as many as I've put on, I still don't want to have to crawl underneath there. I want to have some tire chains that are easy to put on, something where I can just get them on in a hurry, get back in the vehicle and get going. These are going to be a really good solution for that. So let's take a little closer look down here at how this is going to make that work. So this right here is really what's going to do a good job of making that self-tensioning. A lot of tire chains in the entry-level world are going to require like an extra thing that you need to purchase, and it's just essentially a bungee strap with hooks on it that keeps your tire chains tight. That's just one more thing you have to keep in mind and keep track of in the off season. And then when you need to put them on and it's not there, you've got chains that don't fit that great. So even with these being not a universal fit, but these fit multiple tire sizes, this is really going to make a solid connection on there. And they're a little loose right there, but if we got going down the road, that's how they really do their work. So with this down here, you can see what this is going to do is this is going to pull on itself. So that holds it in place, and this bungee right here. And those are just going to create constant tension on each other. And as they find slack, they're just going to pull on each other and make that tighter and tighter. This is really nice. I like that it's got, metal components in there. This is plastic. That's a little weird for me personally, but I think it's going to hold up really nicely. We've never heard anybody talk about it at those break. Because it's not something that's constantly getting beat on or anything like the chains are, where it's just holding itself in place. If we take a closer look at the chains on the tires, you can see it has this diamond pattern. And that's really great because some other ones have like a ladder style, and those are great for smoother driving and takeoffs and stuff, but they're not giving you the traction that you really need. They're going to do a good job in very light duty stuff. And these are a light duty chain. But these are going to do a better job of giving you maximum tire coverage, really gripping down in the snow and ice. So not just with starts and stops, but also when you're turning in snow. But especially here in Missouri, we have a lot of ice. Probably not as much as some of you other guys, but this is going to do a good job of getting you some good stopping power in ice. I also like this section right here. It's going to do a good job of grabbing down in the ice as well. Some other diamond chains don't have that connection point. They're just a diamond pattern all the way around. And then the links here, these D-links are going to have a smoother side on them, but they're going to do a good job of grabbing down into that snow compared to rollers. And with them being smaller, they're going to give you a little bit smoother ride than some of the beefier tire chains that you might be thinking about. Another thing I like about these is they come in a nice hard case. Some other ones are going to come in like a soft tote bag, and they're great for the first time, but as soon as you get those chains out and you try to put them back in, that bag usually ends up tearing. So this is going to keep them organized in the back of your vehicle. You know where they're at all times. It comes with a little plastic sheet and some plastic gloves to help you out with the installation to keep things from getting messy. But I would put a pair of gloves in the car, dedicated to this. It's going to be cold out. You'll have gloves most likely, but maybe throw a pair of work gloves in the case. And a lot of people just use a floor mat. They'll just take their floor mat out to kind of keep them up out of the snow. You're not going to have to get underneath this like some other chains. It's got the nice color-coded pieces here to help with the installation, making it easier. So you're not going to be out in the snow that long. But now that we've gone over some features, let's show you how easy they are to get installed. To begin our installation, I like to lay my chains out, make sure there's no kinks in them, make sure there's no damaged chain. And then I'm definitely going to put it on my front wheel drive, with this being a front wheel drive model. This is also 235/65 R18 tire. And if you come in close, if you look at the way that these chains are connected to this outer cable here, you can see the difference here. This is smooth, and you can see where they roll that over to connect it. We want that smoother side on the tire. We don't want this pointed side onto the tire. So I'm going to feed mine around. I'm going to feed it all the way to the front, and then I'm going to make that connection up towards the top once I get this. And what we can do is we can take these two ends here, make sure that's fed around all the way. Another tip is I would try putting these on out in the driveway or something. You don't want your first time being out on the side of the road in bad conditions. So we can take these two ends here and we can meet up at the top in our wheel well. And we can make that connection just like that. And we can drape our chains over our tires, get those sitting even. And then we can take this red link right here and connect it to that red hook. And then we can feed that a little bit more over so that won't fall on the other side. And if you come down here, you can take a look at this device and basically feed it like this. And we can get that tight. Make sure that chain's sitting pretty even. You don't want any of the chain sitting on the rim. And then we can come up here to this bungee. And I would take that hook and I'd face it out. So you don't want that hook facing in towards the wheel. We'll reach down. We'll grab that. And there we go. We've got a good, nice connection. Get that even. And this is going to be self-tensioning, so as we drive, that'll tighten itself up. And then once you get this one on, you can repeat that same process for the passenger side. And you know, as we said earlier, these are going to self-tension. They're already tight, and they're going to self-center as well as you're going down the road. But definitely get out and check after maybe 10 or 15 feet. Make sure that they have done that, because you don't want these on there improper as you're going down the road. But that's going to do it for our look at the Konig XG 12 self-tensioning snow tire chains on our 2020 Nissan Pathfinder.